Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
And this is Tell All Tuesday.
It is.
And let's start out.
Okay.
Yesterday on Mailbag Monday,
Yes.
we were talking about this movie that horrified you.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of the movie.
It's called Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, who is the actress who was the mother
Right.
in Hereditary?
And we couldn't remember.
And I said, Rose somebody. You said, no, it starts with a J.
I thought it started with a J.
Yeah. Toni Collette.
Toni Collette.
And also, we were referencing her because Toni Collette and Cameron Diaz starred in the film In Her Shoes, which was based on a book by Jennifer Weiner, who I got her latest book.
Right. Yesterday on Mailbag Monday, we got her latest book.
So Toni Collette's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Has she won any awards? I know you said she didn't win anything for Hereditary.
No, and I don't even know. Wasn't she also in Sixth Sense?
Was she?
I see dead people.
She was in I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Yes, one of the worst.
That was the worst. We talk about that movie like every 6 months about how awful that movie was.
It was.
Oh my gosh. What a fever dream.
Jesse Plemons.
Yes.
Was in it.
And something Buckley.
Yes. What was
it? Jesse Buckley?
Jesse Buckley.
So Jesse Plemons
and Jesse Buckley
and Toni Collette. And I don't know who the dad was.
And who was the dad?
I have no idea.
You know, but
what a horrible movie.
Yeah, it did.
I hated that.
It went on forever.
Forever, and none of it made sense.
And it kept just ending up at different places all the life.
That was just awful.
But anyway, that was it. But also, I asked you when you came in if you had finished all 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars yet. Because last week you announced that you had, for whatever reason, because I rewatched last week's Tuesday, and I thought, she said, it is the worst thing. It was the worst ending. It was the most horrible ending. I spent 7 seasons.
7 years of my life.
7 years. I was so young, and I watched it, and now I'm watching it again.
I am watching it.
And I thought, if you hated it, why are you watching it again?
I hated how it ended because they could have done it so much better.
So you could just stop before the ending.
I'll just stop before the end. I'll make up my own ending. But I'm rewatching it now as an adult, and my perspective on a lot of things has changed.
Okay. Let's hope so.
Yeah, and I find that very interesting about myself because it is it's totally different now that I'm an adult and I've gone through more of my life. I view the characters differently. Some of the plot lines are, I'm just like a complete 180 for my perspective on it when I was a child. But it's a good show. I know you've never seen it. I don't know that you would care to see it, but it was a
Wasn't there a
staple.
sequel off of it?
It was a spinoff, and Bailey Madison was in it, who we interviewed.
Oh, and what was it called? Something Little Liars.
I don't know. Something Liars.
Yeah, because it made a tie-in to it. I remember.
Some of the original characters make cameos in it too.
Well, anyway, I did not imagine that last week, and this has been the quickest week. It feels to me like we taped last week's shows yesterday.
It's gone that fast. I did come a day early this week,
but still, that was only one day. It flew by. But last week we talked about the California fires, and I thought, well, by the time this airs, the fires will be over with. Mm-hmm. And here we are taping again.
And they haven't been contained.
Almost a week later, and they're still raging.
Yeah, which is horrible.
But what really bothers me is it's beginning to look like so many of them involve arsonists. People who are setting the fires purposefully.
Yeah, there's been, I've seen a few videos and articles about people starting fires intentionally around the area to make it worse. But I haven't read enough on that to know that for a fact.
I can't imagine. I would think, I told you I lived in California for 2 years, and we saw fires. It never threatened any property that I was on.
But you could see it from your house.
But we could see it from our house, and the smoke was everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I cannot imagine. I mean, we're going on like 3 or 4 weeks now, it seems like.
Yeah.
And, just the tension and the impurity of the air, because they say that it's not just trees burning or shrub. It's materials, plastics, and everything else that are putting things into the air that are deadly to breathe.
Right.
But I was wondering about this because things are being postponed. Like I'm part of the critics,
Southeastern.
Well, not the Southeastern Film Critics Association because that's all here in the Southeast, but the Critics' Choice Awards. Critics' Choice Awards. And that's a national organization. And our big show every year, presenting the awards. I've never been to it, but it's it's shown on television and the whole thing. Well, it was scheduled for this month, I think, the 26th. And it got postponed. First it was the 19th, then it got postponed to the 26th. And now I've been told it's going to be sometime in February.
Why have you never gone to that?
Because it's in California.
Just get on a plane,
I just
Jackie.
hop on a plane and go out there.
Do you get invited every year?
Oh, I'm part of the group.
Well, I'll go in your place.
My designee.
Let me go in your place, Jackie. Come on.
But, so it's gotten postponed. And then I heard that Beyonce had set up like a press conference and she was going to announce her new tour. And that she, because of everything being disrupted, she didn't feel like it was the time to do that. And so she's postponed doing that. And somebody, I think actress Jean Smart, do you know who she is?
I know the name.
She used to be on Designing Women. I don't know if you ever heard of that show or not. But she's also currently on a show called Hacks.
Never heard of
and
it.
She wins lots of awards for that show. But she came out the other day and she said, instead of having like an award show, it should be a telethon to raise money for the people in California who are being displaced and homes are being burned down. And it's been kind of a...
For the Oscars or the Critics' Choice Awards? The telethon?
Well, for both. Instead of having awards coming up because of the circumstances. What do you think about that?
I'm wondering how that would be done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, I feel bad because like somebody's had a really good year and they think, oh, this is my one chance to, win the Oscar.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, cool, we're not going to have the Oscars this year. We're going to do a telethon.
Yeah.
And we'll send you a letter in the mail if you won.
Yeah. I don't know about all that.
No.
I mean, maybe if you can incorporate it into the actual program itself.
Yeah. When you come up and get your awards, say, and, if I encourage you, on this wonderful night of my winning the Oscar, go donate to the Red Cross.
Right. Something like that. An organization of their choice.
Yes.
Something along those lines. Yeah, I'd be in support of that.
Yeah, but I'd hate to see it done. But, when you say, okay, well, they may postpone the Oscars even. The Oscars don't come up for quite some time. But these things are set in stone early on. Like, you book your master of ceremonies. Well, they give you that date, and then they've got other things going on in their career. So if you come back and say, oh, well, we moved it from January 19th to January 26th, hope you can see. And somebody might say, well, I've got another show on the 26th. I don't know if I can get out of that. Or the presenters, all these people, all these arrangements are just having to be altered.
Yeah.
And, decisions made.
Right.
It's not just an easy thing to say, oh, we'll just push it back.
We'll reschedule. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm interested. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I am too. I hope, but this is just me. I was listening to the newsstand. They said high winds are predicted again later on this week. And Tuesday was supposed to be but I did not know this. Now, I was out there, and I lived out there, and I know what Santa Ana winds are and everything, but they're talking about winds like 100 miles an hour.
It's like hurricane force winds.
And they call it hurricane force winds.
Yeah.
And
you never experienced anything like that.
No, I never experienced anything like that. But you can imagine if winds are like that, they can blow embers for miles and miles and miles.
Right.
They can, set fire to other things. It's horrendous. It is horrendous.
It's a lot of devastation.
Now, I'm going to ask you about a subject, and you're going to know all about it, which I hope,
We'll see.
or a doll. But we haven't even talked about this. But one of your movies that you saw last year
Uh-huh.
was It Ends With Us.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't see that one.
I thought you finally did. No, you kept saying you were going to go see it.
I was going to see it. I saw We Live in Time.
Yes.
I didn't see It Ends With Us.
Which I kept saying, Amber, you got to go see it. And you
Uh-huh.
said, yeah, my mama wants to go see that.
Yeah.
And that's right. She wanted to go see it, and you want to go see We Live in Time.
Right.
And you convinced her to go see We Live in Time. And you said you should have gone to see It Ends With Us.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Anyway, Blake Lively stars in It Ends With Us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And her co-star,
Justin Baldoni.
Where in the heck did he come from?
He's from Jane the Virgin.
I never saw Jane the Virgin.
That is one of my comfort shows. I love that show.
Well, anyway, we haven't had time. They are at war with each other.
Oh, yeah, they are at war with each other. Here's the thing. Don't ask me for my opinion because I don't know. I've seen both sides of this story. I have no idea what to think.
I was reading an article on it today, and it came up on my stuff on the internet. And there's been a new letter filed by Baldoni to Disney, telling them to preserve all memos, records, etc. about Deadpool, because this wasn't a lawsuit. This was just like a notification that there might be a lawsuit about Ryan Reynolds being Nice Pool. Have you heard anything about Nice Pool?
Nice Pool, no.
Where he comes out and talks about nice things you can do, and it's kind of making fun of Baldoni. And
I haven't seen that.
But anyway, from what I can understand, the things went bad from the beginning because Baldoni directed and co-starred in it. Mm-hmm. And they got started, and almost from the time the filming started, she says she was intimidated, she was harassed, that they treated her badly.
Yeah.
And then they had a meeting and talked about what would be allowed on set and what wouldn't be allowed on set, and that an intimacy coordinator would be on set at all times. And the movie progressed and got completed. And then on all the publicity tours, he was kind of apart from everybody. And then she filed suit.
The timeline is messy. I don't really know.
But anyway, I think she has an action pending against him for harassment. And also, it was, and you're my specialist on stuff like this, Amber. The article I read said she was astroturfed.
I don't know what that means.
You've got to. You're
I'll do my
young.
research.
You're informed.
I'll do my research.
But what they said was they made up false sources, etc., and put stuff up on the internet, on Facebook, it's all social media, that made her appear to be someone she was not. And they did it. People didn't look at who was saying it. It was because it was such a large group of people, whether they were real or not. It just overcame and put her in a bad image. What a mess.
It is a mess. And
it's not over.
It's not over. And I've seen so many different, points of view. I've seen all the stuff from her point of view, all the stuff from his point of view, and it's just a big fat mess.
I just, when I saw the movie, I thought, who is he? Because I knew he had directed it. I had thought that the movie was a Blake Lively project, that she and Colleen Hoover, who wrote the book, I think it was Colleen Hoover's 26th book or something, I don't know, but that they had gotten together. But it's almost, if you read the other side, it's almost like, no, he got the project put together and he picked Blake Lively to be the actress, not she picked him to be the actor. And then he directed it, and he had the production company. But, wow.
It's just a big mess.
And he got dropped by his talent agency.
Right. I don't know, Jackie. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
but
I don't know who's in the right here.
But I had thought that it was kind of like the California fires. I thought, well, this will be out, won't last. And then all of a sudden, it is
months.
An ember caught fire, and it's going again. But I can imagine. I don't know anything about Justin Baldoni, so this is not a personal attack by any means. But I cannot imagine Justin Baldoni taking on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
Because if you want the definition of a power couple,
yeah, it's them.
That's them.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, everything.
They've got a lot of power.
And it seems like everything they have touched has just turned golden.
Yeah. And they're really good friends with Taylor Swift, who's like...
Oh, I forgot about that aspect.
You know, she's like up here and everybody else is like down here, you know what I mean? So she has all the connections and the power and all the things.
It seems to me like I saw pictures of Blake Lively in the, box at the football game where Taylor Swift was.
Yep. They're like this.
And I didn't see Justin Baldoni.
No.
I think he's way down on the field.
He wasn't even in the same state.
But has he done anything besides Jane the Virgin?
I don't know.
I mean, that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, that came out in like 2014. So it's been a while. I don't know.
Can't we just all get along?
Can't we all just get along? Can't we have some peace and quiet around here? Just for a little bit.
Just make the good movies. Because it was a good movie. I enjoyed the movie. And you never saw it.
I never saw it. Sorry, Jackie. Failed you.
Way to go. Failed me in my time of need.
So sorry.
Gee, today on Tell All Tuesday, I'll talk about the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni arguments, and
I'll know this.
Amber will know all the scoop because that's where she knows the stuff.
I usually do know pop culture drama. I usually do. You
usually do.
But I know about this much of this drama. Sorry.
All right. We also, yesterday, we were talking about talking on the phone versus texting. Your little group would discuss something like that?
Oh, my sister's been texting me about it for like months. She's all about that kind of drama.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
So.
She keeps me informed.
So I need to call Ava.
Call Ava. She'd be a good source.
I mean, she's right up to date on it.
Oh, she is.
Well, as this progresses, though, we'll try to keep y'all informed. And let us know your opinion, whether you're Team Blake or Team Justin.
Yeah. I haven't even picked yet.
No. Well, with Taylor there, I can assume where you'd go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably pick Blake, for being honest.
Did you know I interviewed her once?
Blake?
Yeah.
Yes. No. Yes, I did. I did know. I did.
It was many years ago. Yeah. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And she was I think she was like 17.
Yeah.
Her mother was with her.
Interesting.
And super nice, super enthusiastic. But wanting the kind of person you interviewed and think, boy, she's going to be a major star.
Yeah.
You think, she's a nice person, seems to be talented, can have a little career if she wants it. But she somehow
she's blown up.
What was the TV series that really just Gossip Girl. That just made her name.
Launched her into stardom.
Yeah. I watched a movie the other night called Blackwater Lane, and it starred Minka
Kelly.
Was she in Gossip Girl?
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Okay. Because I watched the whole movie thinking she was Leighton Meister.
No, different people. She was from Gossip Girl.
Leighton Meister was?
Is it Meister or
Meester? Leighton Meester, whatever. But they look alike.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking, I really like Leighton Meester or whatever. So I thought,
it was Minka Kelly.
Oh, that's Minka Kelly.
Yeah, she was in Friday Night Lights.
I heard they were thinking about rebooting Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I would love that. I haven't heard that, but I would love that. You'll have to get an interview with, what's his name? Tim Riggins. What's his real name? Do you know?
Kyle.
Is it Kyle?
Is he the coach?
No. The football player.
Oh, no.
Tim Riggins. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah. Connie Watson, Britton.
Connie, no. Is it Britton?
Is it Britton?
Yes.
Connie Britton. I like her a lot. And that's my kind of show. I don't know. I never watched it.
Oh, yeah. It's a great show. That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
All time?
Pretty Little Liars, Walking Dead, One Tree Hill, and Friday Night Lights. Those are like the 4. That's the powerhouse right there. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
You know, Friday Night Lights was a movie before it was a series.
A series, yeah.
Great movie.
I never saw the movie.
It was. Tim McGraw was in it. How about that?
Good one, yeah.
But we will keep you all up to date on this, and y'all keep us all up to date on what you think about all this. But this has been Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
And this is Tell All Tuesday.